Hello, how is everybody doing today? I'm Jen and I'm here with Mary Sue.
Hello. Hello. So today we wanted to talk about what successful small business owners do differently than to be successful. And we're going to focus on systems specifically because they permeate your entire business.
Not only that, but Mary Sue just loves systems and
I
she
do
could
love
talk about
systems.
them all day long. And I, as a long time business owner, have also learned to embrace them and understand the importance in the infrastructure of your small business so that you are able to grow and scale. So I want Mary Sue to express her love of systems to you as only she
Yes.
can.
All right. Well, first of all, I think why I love systems is because I hate doing repetitive tasks. I find it boring. And I know that I make way more mistakes when I'm doing it because I'm not enjoying it. Um, that's me. But having worked in technology and corporations for many years, these systems itself allow you to really create your um, your customer experience, that customer journey. That is what can really differentiate your business from others by having the systems in place to welcome new subscribers to mailing lists, lead magnets, to having a sales process that, again, is representing your brand, being authentic, helping people really stay with you through that process. And then finally, I think it's the administrative part, and that's the part I hate doing, which is those really repetitive activities that you do over and over to set up a new client, to send out invoices, to get paid, all that kind of fun stuff. What do
It
you love
is,
about systems, Jennifer?
there's so much I love about systems. I think what you're saying, Mary Sue, if I can summarize, is that it is magic dust. It is magic dust for your business. But the reason I love systems is because when you have systems in place, when you have repeatable processes in place, it is much easier to delegate. Actually, you can delegate because you have a documented process for everything that you do in your business, all those day-to-day operations. It's amazing how much we do on in a day as business owners that we don't necessarily have to do. And
Right.
once we shift those day-to-day operations to a reliable team, a team that you can mentor and lead as the CEO of your business, you're able to do all of the things that you as a CEO should be doing as the visionary and leader of your business. So you can pursue bigger opportunities. Maybe you're a B2C business and now you can explore a B2B way of doing business. You can expand your customer base, you can expand your product line or your programs. All of those great ideas you finally will have time to do. I actually just got off a call with a client who shared with me she's delegating for the first time to a virtual assistant from Sparent. And she shared with me that just this week, she delegated some day-to-day stuff like her newsletter and email communications with her clients, and that freed up time for her to take a call with somebody that could make a difference in her business. And absolutely, she wouldn't have had that time to make those important calls and make those connections because she would have been buried in those emails,
Yes.
buried in that newsletter. So that was just such a specific example that happened right before we did this, and I was like, yes, this is what we're talking about, everybody. This is
Well,
why we
I
love
also
systems.
read systems make room for strategy. And yes, and so you cannot strategize your new program, your new launch, all those things if you're knee deep in doing the grunt work of your business. Oh, let's see. We have a Facebook person systems and documentation enable
Yes.
delegation. And I love the magic fairy does. We do
I knew
too.
somebody would love that. I knew somebody would love the magic fairy dust. We're all unicorns, right? And I say that jokingly, but also seriously, because what we tend to do as business owners is we treat ourselves as an unlimited resource. And what we are is a precious resource.
Oh, I love
Me,
that.
okay?
Precious
A
and
precious
unique.
resource, meaning you have limits, and you should be guarding your time, and the best way to guard that time is to manipulate it and manufacture more of it. The only way I know to manipulate time and manufacture more time is to have systems and a team. It is the magic fairy dust to grow and scale your business, but also live the lifestyle that you want from your business, right? So it's great that your business is growing, but if you don't have time to enjoy it, you're missing time out on family and friends, and you don't have any time for self-care, and you're stressed all the time. It stops making sense after a while. Good news, your business is growing. Bad news, your life sucks. Okay, but there, so so we need to change that, and it's so simple. It really isn't complicated, but it takes time and energy and focus to get your systems in place, really intensely map out your customer journey, your pipelines, your nurturing sequences, and put systems in place so that you can get those day-to-day operations off your plate once and for all. That is what the Work Less, Make More CEO Day is all about. It's why we're doing it. We feel so strongly about this. So many business owners are just so close to incredible success. And if they could just bust through this barrier, these two barriers, they would be there. So
Yes.
join us, please, on October 20th. Please, 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 because we can't see any more stressed out business owners who are working so hard for not enough pay.
Yes. Well, that is so true, and I love the unicorn analogy. You named some systems that you think we should have. I wanted to point out a couple of other systems that so because we both work with a lot of women think that they are multitasking like magicians, right? We can do everything all at once. And it's not really true. It does, and especially with business, when you're, thinking strategically, and then you shift really quickly to doing something very rote and routine, and then you're shifting to thinking about numbers, all that kind of stuff. It actually really slows you down, makes you more
Mhm.
tired, um,
Yeah.
and it just reduces your efficiency. And so having systems that take some of those things away will allow you to really focus. I think that is just a kind of cornerstone of having a system. Um, Also, the one thing I find when I start working with clients is that they don't have a single place of truth about information, their
Ooh.
data. Yeah, like, who are my clients? Um, Usually they know that, that's true. But how do I find contact information for all of my contacts? It's usually distributed in their Google contacts, in their email marketing, in a CRM. I mean, usually I am pulling at least 3 to 4 locations for contacts into the Work Smarter CRM, which, I mean, if you're trying to find someone's phone number and to try and connect with them or their email, like, if you have to check 3 or 4 different places, that is a huge waste of time. So I like this. The Facebook users comment, focus is the key. Yes.
Yeah, until you give StreamYard permission, we can't see who's commenting, but that's okay. That's okay, mystery person. We appreciate your comments anyway. Um, and it doesn't have to be complicated. I think what might be intimidating, I know it was intimidating to me, is the word system, because it's a word that is a catch-all for a lot of different things. Like if you use Calendly, that's a system right there,
Mhm.
and a way for you to efficiently allow people to make appointments with you and get on your calendar. Um, and
And
that. Yes,
The reminders. The
the
reminders are
reminders.
automated, so you have a
So
higher
automated.
likelihood that people will show up to your meetings.
If you're not using something like Calendly, that is a great first step for a system. Let me just recommend that because I guarantee you it is going to save you hours and hours and hours of time.
Yes.
So
Yes, I agree.
valuable.
The online appointment scheduler is always the first system that I recommend. Another system is, and when I think of systems, I'm thinking of a workflow, the little tasks that you do one at a time in order. That's kind of a system. So another system that I think is really important is following up with people that like if you have go to a networking event, this is my favorite example. You go to a networking event, it's 2 hours, you get a bunch of cards, and then you pile them up on your desk and you never touch them again.
Mary Sue,
Talk about a wasted time. If you don't have a system for handling that, then why are you
hallelujah.
going?
And true story, Mary Sue and I met at a networking event. The next day, I had an email from her. Come to find out it was automated. It didn't feel that way, but it was like, hey, I met you at this networking event. Let's have I had a choice. I could have a Zoom call or I could have a coffee date with her. This was pre-COVID.
Yeah,
And so I chose coffee date because I liked Mary Sue too. And we met, and the rest is history. Since then, we've become strategic partners for each other's businesses. We've collaborated on the Small Business Grit Summit virtual experiences. And now we've created the Work Less, Make
make
More
more CEO
CEO
day.
Day. And that was all from a system.
Yes, that's right. I appreciate you remembering that and thinking that it didn't feel automated. But
No.
I created a system. So when I would meet people, I would break them into kind of groups. And I still do this. So maybe someone is great to, connect with on LinkedIn. Maybe someone is awesome to meet and just get to know better. That's what I did with Jennifer. And then maybe some of them I just want to stay connected. So I offer them, like a essentially like a lead magnet to join my mailing list of interest to them. So
It's so
um,
exciting. And there's so much that is possible. And not only are you going to be like manufacturing and manipulating time like a magician, like a magical unicorn that you are, but you are also opening up the potential for increasing your revenue. I mean, to a limitless potential because now your business can grow and scale. Now you can stop acting like an employee to your own business. Stop working for your business. Stop working in your business. And now you're going to be working on your business and all of the potential that brings to the table. And you can grow and scale your business to an unlimited potential. I mean, it's so super exciting, and it doesn't really take a huge investment. It really takes some time and focused energy. And as really insanely busy business people, we rarely give ourselves that luxury of just slowing down, stopping everything, and focusing on these really core pillars of business.
so yeah, Dawn pointed out,
Wrong,
yes, but
Don.
you're both tech savvy and into automation. I am, yes,
I
but
am
Jennifer is
not
not.
tech savvy, Dawn. Do you know how many times I've tried to make a TikTok and failed? It's not happening for me. I'm not going to be a TikTok generation. No, I'm not tech savvy at all. But what I am is I am really passionate about my protecting my time, and I understand that technology can help me do that, and it can also help me create systems more efficiently to serve my clients better, to grow my business in a more robust, healthy way. And most people that say that they're not tech savvy have told themselves this story without even trying the tech. Because guess what? These
No,
platforms
that's
are,
what Dawn says. I've never
yeah,
tried.
see, I've never tried. There you go. Just prove me right. That hardly ever happens. But um, the tech platforms that are out there today were not designed for tech people. They were designed for people that weren't tech savvy. So they're much easier to adopt than you would think. And in the case of CRMs, which can be a little more challenging, the Work Smarter CRM, which I use, has hands-on customer service to walk you through any sort of confusing part, and helped me set up my whole system. So it doesn't matter if you're not tech savvy. You still need systems. You can't tell yourself that story as a reason not to put them in place unless you want to be overworked and underpaid for a long, long time. That's not
Yeah.
acceptable. It's not acceptable.
Yes. Well, and that's honestly why with my tool, I do focus a lot on adoption because I think a lot of people struggle with that area. But you having a system does not necessarily mean it has to be technology.
Mhm.
Um, it's just having your steps laid out in an organized way so you know what you're doing first and why, and you know when things begin and end. When we talk about delegating, hopefully tomorrow, um, we will talk more about that. To define a system, it enables you to do two things: automate or delegate. So, you have to have a system. That's the
Yes, and so Dawn says she tries with a lot of other tools, but it takes me hours. Um, that's okay, Dawn. That time that you invest in learning is going to have a tremendous return on your investment, and you have to trust in that. And if it is just too challenging, there are people like Mary Sue to help you out there, and maybe that's where you invest. Sometimes investing time is not the best. Sometimes we have to invest money. And honestly, time is more valuable than money because you can make more money, you can't make more time. So I always weigh that. As I'm getting older, time is becoming more precious because I realize I have less of it because I'm using it. Yeah. So anyway, I think you can all relate to that. Delegate
yeah.
or automate. That's right. If you had a nickel for every time you're going to hear us say that, in the weeks as we lead up to the CEO day, then you would probably just be able to retire to an island somewhere. Um,
Well,
anyway, we
and
have,
just to close out on the
yes,
CEO day, so um, in the CEO day, you're not necessarily going to be setting up automations, but you are going to be defining the steps in your workflows so that when you're ready to automate or to delegate, you know exactly what to do, because that creates a lot of that churn with your learning with digital tools, is because you don't actually know what you want it to do.
yeah,
So that's part of why we created the Work Less, Make More CEO Day, is to lay that out, know exactly what all the systems are that you need so that you can be faster with delegating or automating.
yeah. So somebody asked the other day, what if they already had some systems in place? That's fine. This day is still for you if you're not maximizing their efficiency. So maybe with you, we look at your systems and we find out ways that you can be more efficient using Mary Sue's, incredible brain. She can always find ways to automate better and more quickly, and then what it is that we need to delegate from there. If you don't have any systems or you don't feel like you have any systems, then this is where we're going to build them out for you. So you're going to have a different business, a different mindset, and different potential at the end of the day than you did coming in. Anyway, we have 11 seats left. I hope you'll take one. October 20th, all day with us. We'll be working, 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 working. It won't just
You
be
will
us
walk out of there
yabbing.
with your plan in place so that you can start taking action.
Limber up your fingers because we're going to be typing and doing all kinds of stuff. So,
Awesome.
um, yeah, thanks, Dawn, for joining us and for
With
the
our
faceless
Facebook user.
Facebook users out there. I'll figure out who
I
that
look
was
forward
later.
to our session too, but I'm not quite sure who
We
you
love
are.
you all.
So thank you so much,
Anyway,
and we will be back.
we love